Hello you people out there in YouTube land. How do you do? Yes, we are back. We are back to another What's Good to Eat video, and this time we're heading towards Albertcenter Market and Food Centre. And at this place, this food centre is where we're going to do our video, our food adventure. And this food centre got its name from Albert Street, and Albert Street is named in honor of Prince Albert, the consort of Queen Victoria of England. And in the past, Albert Street was lined with two-story shophouses, and there were many restaurants, bars, medicine shops, food stalls, street stalls along the road. And like many food centers in Singapore, it was built to house all the street hawkers that were in the surrounding area, and the government moved them in here to this food center. And unfortunately, many of the original street hawkers have retired, but the tradition of making good food, street food, hawker food, delicious, yummy Singaporean food has continued in this food center and in many food centers all around the island. And so we are coming to this food center today to explore, to find out, to show you what's good to eat at Albert Food Center. And so I hope you will join me to find out what's good to eat. And this will be part 1 of our food adventure here. Yes, part 1. And as we are walking around this food center, we are going to our first stall. The first stall that we're going to have our food at. Yes, the first stall that sells something like this. A carrot cake, fried carrot cake, from this stall called Guan Ti Fried Carrot Cake. They cook carrot cake. They even sell the raw material carrot cake for people to buy. Probably either carrot cake stalls, or maybe if you want to cook carrot cake at home, you can buy from them. But what I ordered from them is their black carrot cake. I ordered the large portion, which cost me $5. Yes, $5 for a large portion. And yes, definitely a large portion. Lots and lots of carrot cake pieces here, all different sizes, cut roughly with egg. And as you're watching the uncle cook this fried carrot cake, you notice one thing very interesting that other places don't do. First of all, like other places, what they do is they will cook the white carrot cake first, cook the carrot cake together with maybe egg and other ingredients, cook the carrot cake, the white carrot cake first. Then the different part, to make the black carrot cake, what they do is at the last minute they just douse onto the carrot cake some sweet dark soya sauce. Yes, other places will cook it longer in the sauce, but here they just douse it last minute and then put it on the plate. And so you have here very delicious. Definitely the smell coming up from here, you can smell the sweet dark soya sauce smell, and the sweet dark soya sauce does give it a very nice sweet flavor. And also, if you notice, it's also much more moist or wet than other carrot cakes. You can still see the black sweet dark soya sauce dripping down from the carrot cake here. And with that, it does give it a very nice caramelized flavor, together with a very savory eggy flavor that is hidden underneath this sweet dark soya sauce flavor. And it is quite yummy, quite delicious. Oh, I do like it a lot. And when I'm showing it to you, it almost slipped off my plate. So just be careful. You do not want to eat the carrot cake from the table. It's better to eat it from the plate.
spicy though. Eggy. Salty and sweet at the same time. Both very intense. Nice strong salty dark soy sauce. Sweet flavor. Eggy bell pipe. And then you also have the carrot cake that is in all different sizes. If you like strong flavor, this one does have quite a prominent flavors. Spicy and salt and salty and sweet at the same time. Just that the dark soy sauce flavor is just a coating on top of a white carrot cake.
And up next, we are going to have some dessert, some traditional Chinese desserts at this store here. Yes, this store here. We're going to have some desserts from this store called Zhengxing Meishi. And here they sell 4 types of traditional Chinese desserts. And they do it well here. So what you can see here, first of all, is the 2 types of dessert. One is called Tao Suan, another one is called Bubo Terigu. The one on the left here is called Tao Suan, which is mainly split mung bean in a starchy sweet sauce, and on top of it you have some deep fried dough. So when you bite into it, you have a combination of something like sweet and salty together with the mung bean texture and the starchy sauce, which is quite yummy, quite appetizing, quite delicious. A very interesting dessert. Looks a bit starchy here, but very appetizing. Then next up is the Bubo Terigu. So it's just white wheat cooked with sago, flavored with sugar, maybe add more fragrance with pandan leaves, and then on top of it a dash of coconut milk. Yes, and the Bubo Terigu here, what you have is you have the chewy texture of the wheat, and then you have this sweetness coming from the sauce, the soup, and then finish off by a smooth, creamy santan milk flavor. Yes. So normally when I come here, I do like to order their Bubo Terigu. That is my favorite here. One thing about the desserts here that I really like is that it's not too sweet, freshly cooked, still hot, and the chewy texture, the contrasting texture between the nice chewy wheat and the sago is very appetizing. And then you have the sweetness from the soup, and then finish off by a very smooth coconut milk flavor. I do really like the chewiness, the texture from chewing from the Bubo Terigu, the wheat, which is very appetizing and quite yummy too. Not many places make this nowadays, so when you can find it, normally what I do, I try to eat it. But a much more common dessert you can find at most places is Tao Suan. It's split mung bean. So one thing I like about here is you have, of course, the starchy soup also a nice contrasting in taste of sweet and salty together. Sweetness coming from the soup, salty coming from the dough stick, the deep fried dough stick. And then you also have the texture of the mung bean, which is very powdery. Overall, I do like both desserts. Tau Suan, you can find it easily. A lot of dessert shops do sell this, but this place makes it slightly better, actually much better than most places that you get this from. Much very appetizing, very yummy for my tummy, especially for desserts. Another dessert item you can order from here is their green bean soup together with sago and coconut milk. Yes, this is another very traditional Chinese desserts. Normally people make this at home, but here you can order it from this store, and I must say they actually do it very well here. When you taste it, first of all, you can see there the green bean cooked until some of them are split open, but when you bite into them, you have a texture of some of those that split open, which is very soft, and then some of those that's not split open yet, which gives a slightly more bite texture, and then together with the sago texture. And here again is another one that is not too sweet, which I like, but it does have a very nice fragrance coming from the soup, a very refreshing fragrance.
So this is the only dessert that I haven't showed you guys from that shop. Yep, I ate their tau suan before. I put it on the video. I ate their pulut terigu and I ate their pulut. So now this is the green bean and sago with coconut milk. Oh. Very good. It definitely does have a more open, more like interesting green bean taste. Plus coconut tea from the coconut. Slightly sweeter than the other desserts, but still very surprisingly good. Yeah, the openness I think is from the zest of the orange. It's very refreshing.
So we're heading up to the next row, and as we head up to the next row, you'll come to this corner. There's this corner here that sells a popular breakfast item, but nowadays you can eat it anytime. So the store we're going to is this store here called Li Fang Congee, and here they sell porridge, Chinese porridge or congee, and they have quite a few different types or variations of this porridge. I ordered from here their pork porridge. Normally I'm a fan of the century egg porridge, but this time I decided to try something a bit different, which is the pork porridge and add in an egg. So here you have this porridge. One thing slightly different is that there's a bit, or can I say, a lot of vegetables in this porridge. So you do have here a porridge that is been cooked for a long time, but a lot of the rice grains are not totally smooth, so there are still rice grains in this porridge. Some people prefer the more Hong Kong style, where the porridge is much more smoother. This one here is not exactly that style, but still, what I do like is the porridge is nice and piping hot, super hot. And then you also have the youtiao or the deep fried dough sticks, which goes very well with porridge. And then you have all the different types of pork parts, which is quite nice. The porridge here, good portion size for porridge, and like I said, super hot with lean meat and maybe pork balls together with the pea shoots, which is a kind of vegetable. Overall here, I must say the porridge is good. I quite enjoy the porridge, nice and hot, filling, comforting. Just that for me, I prefer to have my porridge the Hong Kong style, where the porridge is much smoother. Here you can still, there's still rice grains in the porridge, so it's not as smooth as I prefer it. But I do like it together with the pea shoots. The pea shoots does give the porridge a very nice, more crunch. Not really crunch, but more texture, vegetable texture. And it does add, it's interesting because most places do not add pea shoots to the porridge. Here they do, and it's a very interesting addition, which is quite nice, quite appetizing. And of course, when you eat the porridge with the youtiao, it just goes very well together because the youtiao is nice, salty and oily, and goes so well with the porridge. Look at that. Ooh, yummy, definitely super yummy for my tummy. And if you like porridge, this is quite a decent porridge. I really do quite like it. And so this brings us to the end of our video here. As you can see, there are rows and rows of stalls here with lots of seating for you to sit down and eat the delicious food, hawker food, street food, Singaporean foods at this food center. There's just so much food that I really cannot cover all this in just one video. So stay tuned. Within the next few days, the next part of this series will be out, so look out for it. And as per usual, like, share and subscribe. I got Patreon, I got PayPal, support me on those. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you have to do is to join me for my next food adventure. I will see you guys around. And girls, bye bye.